What up, y'all? It's Fly, and you're now watching Stay on TV with Ashley Tiffaney.
5'5", eyes branded in coffee. If you too short, then she bossy. Back out, I'm blowing her back out. Holy killing it softly if it's a pack house. She play the side of enemies that can reach me. All about the vibe and energy, let her teach me. Never tell a lie, I let her way that she greet me. Head over heels, she got a nigga completely. She be killing me softly with a curve. She be killing them awfully when she curve. She know the game.
Hey everyone, it's Ashley Tiffaney, and you're now watching Stay on TV with my guest Fly.
What's up, y'all?
How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you.
Yo, I'm so happy to have you here. I knew your manager through Instagram for a minute now. So I seen your gram recently. Not recently, like a few months ago. And I want to say like your visuals, your songs, they're dope.
Thank you.
So how long have you been rapping?
I've been rapping for about 9 years now.
9 years.
Yeah, it kind of started off like a little joke. I'm kind of getting tired of telling this story, but there was this girl. She was staying in my man's hotel room in Miami.
Okay.
And she flooded the bathroom. Like, I don't know what she did, but the toilet overflowed. She flooded the bathroom. It was a whole big joke. And my friends made a song about it. And from that one song, they just started recording a lot of different songs about funny stuff that happened. And I was always the one going mad hard to write. Like, yo, they were like freestyling and shit. And I was just wanted to write. And my verse came out better than theirs.
What?
Yeah, so like after a while, they was like, yo, maybe you should really just go to a studio and rap since you want to rap so bad. So I did that.
No, keep on going.
Yeah, I did that, and then I recorded this song. I forgot the name of it, but I heard it recently, and it was terrible. And nobody said anything about it. They was like, oh yeah, that's all right, that's cool. And then I just kept it going from there. But if they would have shitted on me right then and there, I might not be here right now.
Really? Yeah. Deadass. So all from that scenario, what happened?
It was just, it started off as a joke. And like,
so before that, you wasn't like writing poetry in school or something, rhyming in the shower? Nah?
I sing in the shower.
Oh, you can sing too?
Nah. That's why I just stay in the shower.
Okay.
But nah, I like music though. I grew up on like Flex. Get your tape decks ready. I grew up on that. My favorite artist at the time when I was, getting into that was like Fab. I liked a lot of Fab. Like anytime he was on the radio, I had my tape deck ready. Yeah. I mean, and, from then it just went on to, I started listening to Jay-Z. I started listening to Nas, Eminem. A whole bunch. Growing up, as I got older, my favorite artist was Stack Bundles.
Stack Bundles.
Yeah. R.I.P. to Stack. But he was the one that kind of like, he was just different from everybody else, you know? And I gravitated towards him off that. And then from there, I started fucking with Bird Gang, Dipset. Yeah. More so too. Dipset, but I was like, nobody could tell me nothing about Dipset.
Right. No, same here to this day.
Yeah.
But all right, so would you put them in your top 5? Do you even have a top 5? Right Stack Bundles, Fabulous, are they selling you?
Well, it depends, like, what my top 5 is about, because now I listen to music differently. I'm into a lot of wordplay and bars and stuff of that nature. So for my top 5, it would definitely include people like Jay-Z, Pusha T. I'm a little on the fence right now about Drake, but I can't deny his greatness of what he does.
Drake is great. He's an artist.
Yeah, and not to sound cliche, but like Jada, Fab, the usual suspects.
Yeah. So do you gravitate more towards like New York artists? You're from New York.
Right now I'm kind of like, I listen to anything that comes across my timeline. So if I see people talking about an artist, like I recently started listening to Gunna. He's an artist I think he's from Atlanta. Okay. I just seen people talking about him, so I checked it out. It was cool. It's that new sound, a lot of the not to downplay it, but like it's a lot of the catchier songs or the.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah. But I'm more of like really a true hip hop fan, and I respect like the new people that's out too. Like I fuck with Little Uzi and different other stuff, but like your music, your songs, like Mama's Baby that she released for Father's Day, like that really like hit home. Yeah,
a lot of people told me that. The response I got from that was kind of like
the lyrics in that, and then the visual went great.
A week later, his clothes all on the lawn. I'm too young to know what's going on. I'm too young to know he doing wrong. I picked up his clothes off of the lawn. Couldn't figure it out, the pain in my mama's eyes. Cause when she looked at me, all she saw was my father's lies. I ain't know nothing else but to hold her. And then she told me I'd understand when I get older. Far be his sons to watch him die by the gun. Only men could raise men. Some so lost, not even him could save him. So tell me, who's to blame then? Papa was a rolling stone, so he left his boy to roll alone. Roll alone. Not every home is home, so not a boy gotta hold his own.
It's a funny story behind that. I recorded that song probably like 2-3 years ago in my main studio.
Wow.
Shout out to IMI. Yeah, I recorded that like roughly probably 2 years ago.
Okay.
And this was around the time like I was like stealing the old beats off YouTube. Like I got a whole collection of songs with just YouTube beats. And I recorded this video. I was about to just put it out, and my friends were telling me like, nah, this could be like a big record. Like you should shoot a video for it. Like this is totally relatable. Like everybody would grab it.
Like 2 years ago or recently?
No, this was recently. Okay. Around the time I was about to just start releasing a song every week, one song a week, and they was like, nah, hold off on this one. Like do a video. So I came up with a treatment, and we shot the video, and then I had let CJ and them hear it, and he was like, it was cool, but it was missing something. So he created a whole new beat around the video. So the video already looked cinematic, but the original beat that I had, it was nothing like that. It was more like a lot of sounds in it, you know, and then he just did what he did, and the beat that you hear on it now was produced by CJ.
What? Yeah. Really? A CJ, for the people who don't know out there?
CJ the Great, the beat whisperer.
Mm-hmm. And he's out here. He's with us right now.
If you hear any song of mine that starts with, I'm CJ the Great, that's CJ.
Nah, that's dope. So let's talk about like your background. Where are you from? I know you're from Queens.
Yeah, I'm from Queens, born and raised.
What part of Queens?
Cambria Heights.
Cambria Heights. Okay, he wanted to say that.
Yeah. She was acting shady when I said that.
Nah. The only reason why, because he was like, where I'm from is not really Queens. Him as manager, so no. We're all Queens people, okay?
So you just wanted to get that.
That's what I wanted to get that. So tell me about like growing up in Queens. Like how has Queens affected like everything about you?
It's more so just the neighborhood, you know. I grew up with a close knit of friends. We did everything together. We walked everywhere together. Mm-hmm. We'd go to other hoods, and you know, like I had friends from Hollis. We would go to Hollis, play basketball, Hollis versus Cambria, little stuff like that. But everything we did was together. So anybody that you see me with growing up now, like they're still in the circle, like they're still in the same circle.
Mm-hmm. And how was your like family life? 'Cause
my family life was up and down. If you seen Mama's Baby,
Mama's Baby,
for a while, like that was my life up until I was about 8 or 9, and then
the last time you seen your father, was it really in the barbershop?
Not really. That was the last memory I had. That was like the last memory I had, but I haven't seen him. I ain't seen him around from that time.
Wow.
From around that time, I think I was 6, 7. Mm-hmm. That might have been the last time that I
And how did that affect you growing up?
I didn't really know. I didn't really understand I didn't understand what I was going through at the time. So like I said, like, you know, your parents always say you'll understand when you get older. I didn't really understand until I was older. You know, probably like I think I really realized when I was like 19, 20. I had a girlfriend at the time, and she was going through this. She was going through like her parents going through a divorce, and I think like seeing what her pops was doing to her moms, and being old enough to understand what's going on, I'm like, damn, like, I had to stop, like, mid-conversation, like, I just stopped, like, damn, like, that's what my mom was going through.
Yeah.
I mean, so, once that divorce was final and all of that, like, it started to be steady, you know, we didn't have to worry about where we were going to live because my mother always used to tell me, like, your father's trying to take the house away. Or it wouldn't be my father, it would be the attorneys. You know, everybody needs a divorce attorney, and they're going to they're the ones that really make the divorce so hard because they want to get paid. So they're trying to take whatever they can take from the other spouse, you know, whether it be the house or some type of child support or whatever the case may be. So that was like a tough time. Like, I just used to hear my mom's on the phone always trying to take the house away, you know. So once all of that simmered down, it was more like a smooth childhood after that, you know. Like, my mom, she did everything for me, you know. I have an older brother, and he kind of filled in any way he could. Okay.
He was living in the same household?
No, he wasn't. My pops had kicked him out. So I think when I was like 6, when I was 6, my pops kicked him out, and then he had moved back actually. So he moved back when I was in like high school. Okay. So that was kind of weird though, because it was like he knew I needed like a father figure, so he kind of like stopped being my big brother and started to be my father. Okay. So then it was like a disconnect there again. Yeah. You know, so he was doing shit like telling on me. You know, I was bugging out in high school. I was doing dumb shit like.
How was your relationship between you and your mother since it was just y'all in the house?
It was rough. Like I said, I was bugging out, like not doing nothing off the wall, but like I always had to talk back, or I always like. At the time, I didn't feel like I was being disrespectful, but I was being like a dick, like I was an idiot. And
why? She did everything for you.
She did, but this is to say, like, remember when I told you I didn't realize how my parents' issues were affecting me? Yeah. Like, I was just acting out. And at the time, I didn't know why, but looking back, I understand why. Like, I was just angry, you know. Another thing that bothered me was, like, I like, you see my face? Like, this is my face. This is my everyday face.
What's wrong with it?
People will always come to me
like, you got an attitude.
You look so angry. What's wrong with you? And my mother used to hate that shit because she used to be like, yo, like, smile. I'm like, yo, there's nothing wrong with me. You want me to walk around like this? Or like, people that do this all day are weird, bro. If somebody's walking around with a smile on their face all day, they're lying to themselves about something. But it was just like, it was stuff like that, you know, that I had to deal with. And somebody always telling me I'm angry, and I'm like, I don't feel angry, but subconsciously, like, I was angry.
What was the first album you ever bought then?
The first album I ever bought?
Like a CD, not LimeWire shit.
I'm about to tell you right now, I think Puffy's Forever album, and I got Destiny's Child CD.
Oh, you got Destiny's Child. I was like, have to hear some R&B in there somewhere.
I got Destiny's Child, Writing on the Wall.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
that's a good. It was Bills.
Yeah, Bills was on there. It was a whole bunch, but those were the first 3 albums I ever bought.
The best advice you ever got from someone, like, musically?
The best advice, I think he used to work for Def Jam. I forgot his name. But he was explaining to me about, like, chasing records, and he was telling me, like, if you let somebody dress you up in a bunch of clothes that you feel uncomfortable in, it's not going to do nothing for you. So he was like, you got to, like, stay true to what your sound is, and the people will follow you. Basically saying, like, if you just be yourself, you'll create your own lane. He's like, you don't need to indulge in what's going on over here. Like, you got people from New York sounding like they from down south.
Yeah. Where's your comfortability right now with your music? From 0 to 10, like, how comfortable are you with listening to your music, like, every day?
Well, I mean, with the comfortability of my music, I'm probably at like a 7 right now, because I'm still like growing. I'm still growing. Like, I started working with CJ, and I've learned like so much more. It's like every time I work with somebody, I learn something different.
I said, fuck you first. You told me I couldn't do it. Screaming on the phone while I rolled on the conduit. See, running late for work, I was risking another write-up, boy. If I get fired, I probably dust off the writer. Look, stop dealing with cats that never had that. Fast facts, we was really trapping in them dad hats. Catch a lick and your bitches ready to trap you, damn. For a band, your man is willing to clap you, fam. The game changed, they be stripping the love off GP. Keep a 20 clip in the glove. See, niggas always lying what they did for the plug. I'm yelling RP Russ, I hope it's different above, love. Look, sip this Henny and be still. If I can't get out, I bet you a piece will. See, label with an F, but felony just some war art. When niggas up in Barney's treating it like a Walmart.
I was locked up. I was locked up, right? And then
when? Before you started rapping?
Nah, like, I was locked up. I was already rapping. Then when I came home, you mentioned Soul Group. They had this record that was going crazy. It was called Heaven or Hell.
Oh, that's when he came on my show, 2015.
Yeah, that's when I came home. So I'm like listening to this. I'm like, yo, this is what's lit. Like, okay. And that's all my friends was listening to. And not for nothing, I was rapping like that before I got locked up. But niggas like, yo, you bugging, you're wilding. Yeah. So I stopped doing it. Now I'm back. That's what's the thing to do. And those is the niggas that's doing it. So I basically went back to the way I started rapping.
Okay.
And I was rapping like that, you know, super trap talk. Like, I remember when I dropped Please Sign Here.
Yes. Let's talk about that.
This was like my first project since I came back home. So this one had 6 tracks, and I'll never forget, like, my man, like, he manages like producers and stuff. He got his foot in real good. His name is Danny, aka Birdman. He had hit me up. He was like, yo, he's like, yo, Fly, you can rap and all that, but like, yo, this shit is like all about trapping. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with it, but he was like, yo, it's a bunch of niggas that don't understand it. And at the time, I didn't really understand what he was trying to say. But now I kind of do. Basically, like, you can't make something, like, it's not relatable to a broader spectrum of people. So if you got a target demographic, that's the only people you're going to reach. You know, you're not going to reach anybody new. So when I started working with CJ and Cribs, like, they wanted to get me, like...
And that was in 2016, too, for your first EP, when you started working?
No, I started working with them the top of this year.
2018?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because the mix pack was kind of like the same thing that was
He's
last year.
He's talking about his manager and his producer.
Yeah. So mix pack was the same thing, like Please Sign Here. It was real, like...
Which one is your favorite? Which one?
Which tape?
Yeah, which tape?
I like Please Sign Here. I think I wrote my best verse ever in life on Please Sign Here on the intro.
How have you grown since your first project till now?
I'm learning to use my voice as an instrument, I would say. Mm-hmm. But I think the biggest thing that I've learned is basically how to put together like a record.
How do you go about picking like which songs is going to get visuals right now? Because I know you're releasing like a whole series of singles.
Every Wednesday we got
that shit is like dope, fire.
Thank you. We got
on his Instagram.
Work on Wednesdays. You can find the hashtag Work on Wednesdays. Probably about 9 videos is gonna pop up. Yeah, I release a video every Wednesday, probably around 7-8 o'clock, and it's normally like a little freestyle. I came up with that concept because I remember when Instagram, they gave us like 60 seconds of video time, and I noticed like everybody was like, you know, rapping into their phones, and that was like the thing to do. I just wanted to take it a step further. So Work on Wednesdays, you actually went to Sirius XM, right? Yeah. A few weeks ago. How was that experience? That's big. That was cool, man. As soon as what show did you go on? I did channel. It was Shade 45. It was Weekend Work with Coach PR and Re Report and DJ Caesar. I think he's from Philly. Okay. So I originally went there to do a NBA show with Gerald Brown, and then we bumped into this dude that I just so happened to like. He was like my football coach when I was like 8 or 9.
Wow.
And his son was telling him about my music, and it was just like, you know, all of the pieces clicked at the same time. And he was just wrapping up a show, and he was like, "Yo, I want to have you up here, but I want you to spit for me on the walk-in." So before we went to do the NBA show, I stopped over there. I went, did that, and then yeah.
That's love right there.
Yeah, that was love, but it was just funny how like everything works, you know.
Yeah.
So
you really like freestyling.
I do, but the only thing is like.
And what is freestyling to you? Because I know it's kind of different nowadays.
Freestyling is when you just doing whatever you want to do. It don't matter if it's written.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, then.
I hate people like that. You know,
I'm just asking.
I know, but it was just funny though, because I was watching this video of this kid, YBN Corday. I don't know if you heard him. You heard the YBM niggas. Though,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Okay, he's a part of it.
Yeah, this is young nigga. His name is Corday, and he's like probably like 19, but he raps. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because he be with them niggas that they do the new sound, but he does like a little bit of both. And I was going to leave a comment, and I seen somebody say, "Why does this say freestyle? He's clearly spitting something that he wrote." And I'm just like, some people take that term like to the heart. Yeah,
because even like when in the basement for BET, sometimes I was watching a G-Unit freestyle, and Tony Yayo was saying
in the back, like ad-libbing crazy.
It's actually on my Instagram too.
Yeah, from
Lloyd Banks, and I fuck with Lloyd Banks OD. Like I don't care.
But you know, I never cared, because you know, most of the time where I hear somebody that does rap, like they really freestyle like off the top, it don't always sound that appealing to me. Okay. You know, but I've heard a few, like I've heard like King Los go off the top of that, like he rapped for hours like that. And then I remember, I think the ASAP Mob niggas, they be doing it off the top. It be sounding alright. But I see a lot of niggas, they be trying that shit. Like that shit is really a skill, bro. Like, a lot of people can't do that.
What would you be doing if you wasn't doing music? Can you see yourself doing anything else? Why you laughing?
Because I dead don't, now that I think about it. Like, no.
So it's real. This is really real.
I never really thought about that question. Like, what would I be doing? Like, I'd probably be at home playing 2K or something.
Nah, you gotta make it then. Yeah. That's it. I forgot to ask you, did your mother hear that song?
Nah, I ain't let her hear it yet.
Why not?
Cause that was like a real, like that shit was real. Yeah. You know, so I don't even know, like, my mom likes to ignore stuff until it comes to her head. So I don't know what she's been dealing with personally, like, outside of home, that I just don't know how that record would make her feel, to just bring back those old memories.
It might get y'all to be closer.
I mean, we're close now, but like I said, my mom is she lives in a box. Okay. My mom's just like, if something bad was to happen to me, like I gotta tell my brother first, and if it's bad enough that we don't like when I got locked up, I couldn't tell my mom I was locked up while I was locked up. She would have had a heart attack. So when I came home, I told her, and she didn't believe me. So I just left it. I did 13 months in LA. In LA? Yeah, I was living out there, and then I got into some shit, and I had to sit for it, and I got locked up in November, came home in December the following year. Wow. Yeah.
I know that was tough for you.
Yeah, that was.
And that made you want to write more. Was you writing on the walls like 50?
Nah, I had a little notepad. I had a notepad.
Oh, so you started writing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good, because I always ask people, and they would be like phones, but you actually started writing. Really, do you still have that notebook?
Yeah, I still got that notebook.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's 3 of them, and they were all full. They were all full of like.
Was it just thoughts? Was it rhymes, or was it like?
They were mostly full of rhymes and ideas. You know, little.
So being in the box for like 13 months, what was like going through your head? Like, yo, I gotta stop doing whatever I gotta do and just make this music shit come to life? What was that? What was you thinking? That?
I think the main thing that I was thinking was just what I'm gonna do when I get out. You know, cause you don't got nothing but time in there.
Yeah.
So it was kind of hard too because like when you locked up, you just thinking about the streets, or you worrying about like shit that's going on. Like I used to call my friends and these niggas would be like, "Yo, we in Miami right now. Like we about to get on the jet skis. I gotta call you back." Or call us back in like an hour or two because they couldn't call me.
Damn.
And then my man that I was living in LA with, he was fucking around with Puff's son Just.
Okay.
So like I would call him and he's like, "Yo, I'm in the studio with Ross and Meek. Like you supposed to be here right now." Like,
damn.
And I would just be like,
"Yo, LA's popular."
Yeah, LA is crazy, man. LA is crazy, but if you know the right people, like it could go the right way for you. So like right around the time I got locked up, my mentor had just put us with Puff and them, and like we was chilling with his son and shit, and like it all just stopped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just got locked up and I got remanded. I was already fighting my case from the streets and I got remanded, so they wouldn't even let me out. They gave me a bill. My bill was 10 times what it was the first time, and then when I tried to bail out again, they revoked it.
Damn.
So then it was.
So would you consider like everything you went through like motivation for you?
Yeah, definitely.
More?
Definitely, because now it's like I be still like tempted to do certain shit, and knowing I can't be hands on because it's a lot of people invested in me, you know, and I even invested in me. So it's like definitely something I just try to stay away from, like, completely.
That's a good characteristic too. Discipline.
Yeah.
Having discipline, knowing what you should do and not to do.
Yeah. So.
And shit like that.
So that's.
This is you. This is like everything.
Yeah. And I think the more that I've done that, like the more positive shit that I could see like happening for myself.
Yeah, and you have to stay around positive people too.
Yeah, that
atmosphere.
Like I had my homegirl. She was like teaching me about energy, like, you know, like the things that you say or the things that you think, like that shit will surround you. So you know, when I was locked up, every day I used to get up and I used to be like, "Yo, I'm gonna make it off music. Like I'm gonna make it off music." Yeah. And it got to a point where like at this point in time, like I believe it. You know, and it took a while for me to really like find that type of belief when you don't have nothing going for yourself, you know. So now at this point in time, like it's nothing like nobody could say to me about music.
So that puts me into like my next question. Where are you at right now? Where's Fly?
I'm in
like
a good
mentally.
I'm in a good space.
Are you happy?
I'm happy. I got a son, a newborn.
You have a son?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's like,
That's what's up.
He's 9 months. He's 9 months.
Congrats.
He's gonna be 10 months this Friday or Saturday. He's gonna be 10 months.
How does it feel to be a dad? And happy Father's
Day. Thank you. It's an experience. The only thing that I don't like about it is not being able to get any sleep. And there's like no point in time where I could like relax when he's around, because I could look at my phone and then I look up and he's eating a battery off the floor.
Oh yeah,
So,
I have a nephew. I know.
So it's like it's no real rest anymore.
Would you say that's your biggest blessing?
Yeah, definitely. You know, it was a
now
point.
You have to really do this.
Yeah,
because you
it was definitely a blessing, and it feels more of a different type of motivation.
And since you didn't have your father in your life after 8 years old, now you
Yeah,
show
that
what it feels how.
That was really that was like my first thought. Like when he was born, it was like, yo, I'm not ever gonna run away from my responsibilities, like no matter the circumstance.
Fly, this is such a great interview. I don't want to end it, but we are coming to an end. And tell me what you got planned for the summer and the rest of the year.
For right now, I got 2 singles out on all streaming platforms. Mama's Baby, there's also a video for that on YouTube. You can search Fly Mama's Baby. And Late Nights, gonna have a video coming for that real soon. But that right now is the main single that we're pushing, Late Nights.
Okay, Late Nights.
Yeah.
So we definitely gonna check that out. I think that's your profile picture too.
Yeah.
So definitely go and check him out. And then when's your next project? Any project you're working on, or
I'm working on an EP right now.
Talk about it.
Nah, we could talk about it. It's called 10 Minutes of Your Time. It's gonna be 5 songs, 2 minutes each.
Now I wish you nothing but the best, and I'm glad I met you.
Likewise, thank you.
We're gonna definitely get Fly back on the show again.
We're gonna be back once 10 Minutes of Your Time come out.
Yeah. Anything else you want to say, or that's
like I said, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, _TGI Fly. If you want to search any of my music, iTunes, Tidal, Spotify, TGI Fly. I got a show coming up July 29th with DJ Freedom at SOBs. And just stay tuned, man. We got a lot of stuff coming, a lot of content.
Stay tuned and stay on. Why? Stay tuned and stay on.
Stay tuned and stay on.
Yes. And we're out of here. See you next time.
Peace.
Picking up, so no, I ain't picking up. Niggas do the most in the front like they in their bag a bit. If it ain't a ghost, I ain't cool rolling the back of shit. This for the bitches that never miss shit. This the Hunger Games I'm putting on for my district. R.P. Russ. Free my nigga T that I wonder if F3 ever drop on the CI been on some other shit lately. This flow got me loading up this clip daily. I become the target of numbers I never saved. I don't gotta practice for niggas who never played. I'm swerving in my lane like no one can stop me. Cause they don't know how crazy these verses just drive me. Y'all never tell the truth and y'all shit and y'all need to stop it. I'm draped in my skeletons that y'all keep in the closet. Niggas show love just to get it back, but I could never do the same if the shit is whack. Fly.